defense, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Henry again on second down. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Jackson now. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Touchdown! Odell Beckham! A 5-yard touchdown. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now a 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Gray. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, look at this Baltimore defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. These two teams all tied after 1. The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
Bro, you should never went for it on 4th and 4. You supposed to kick the field goal. I'm finna quit this shit because it's bullshit. Y'all niggas don't follow the fucking. Y'all don't follow the fucking rules, man. That's bullshit.
Set him back 5 yards.
I don't give a fuck. You see what the man said? It don't matter. He say 4th and 4. You have to kick a field goal. You don't. You ain't reading the shit.
On 4th down, the Chiefs send out Matt Araiza to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
On 4th down, the Chiefs send out Matt Araiza to punt.
And that hits at the 6.
And the 4th quarter, dumbass.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
First carry now for Justice Hill. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Here's Jackson to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he's going to get this down to the 45-yard line.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And he's got this down to the 35. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
Here's Jackson. Over the middle to Beckham. He's got room to roam. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Odell Beckham. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
On his loop for the extra point. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Luke now for the extra point. Now before they can try the extra point, a flag comes out, and they're going to get tagged for a delay of game. Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5. They'll try it again now after the 5-yard walk-off. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Ravens 14, Chiefs 7.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Second down and 3. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And Allen's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
When you have a guy who has mobility, bootlegging him out of the pocket is often a big-time call, especially on a fourth down play. Gives him a run-pass option.
Yeah, but it's also gutsy, right, because you're exposing your quarterback quite a bit.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that one at all, because on the bootleg, you've got to hope that the defensive ends or outside linebackers take the fake.
He's got it at the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 33 yards that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
43! 43!
Now here's Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Keenan Allen, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Butker now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Now it's Jackson. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. To throw is Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's 3rd and 3. Jackson will throw again. He'll try to pick it up himself. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
It's a gain of 28 yards. And the Baltimore
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
7 brings up 2nd and 3.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Ravens' 43-yard line.
Attack! Hero 15!
Mahomes going to throw. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll make it 2nd down.
At the Ravens' 17-yard line.
43! 43!
Here's Mahomes to throw. And it's caught. Well, the Chiefs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Now Mahomes. This one goes underneath to Walker. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Ken Walker, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 21-14.
Chiefs 21, Ravens 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Now it's Jackson. Quick slant complete to OBJ. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing is Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
No, we changed it. Come on.
Now Jackson. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Fancy footwork at the 45. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the first. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
15. Yellow. Hey, 43. Wide.
Mahomes now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Rice. He's got space past the 25. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
A third quarter action from Kansas City, second down and 10. They'll look to throw again. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
21 yards. And the Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Again, Jackson will keep it. Well, he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 20-yard line. We're back now in KC. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Jackson. And he's got it. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Odell Beckham. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And some room to work. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Hey, 15. Hey, 57 colors, 57 colors.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turn.
And that's caught. It's Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chiefs look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Mahomes will throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
18 more yards there and another first down.
That's another Baltimore first down. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Baltimore.
Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have got it back to within a score. The extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a second down and 9.
43! 43! Hey, ribble it! Nice high!
He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. And Xavier Worthy with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Chiefs 41, Ravens 29.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
For Kansas City. The Ravens take over first down 10 at their own 35-yard line.
This is first and 10. Beckham goes in motion left. Here's Jackson to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Walker now on first and 10. Fights through and now a crease. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Kenneth Walker, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is taken in at the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Rashad Bateman
with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
Let's go, Lou, Eddie! Yellow, yellow. Hero 15.
Mahomes going to throw it here. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop him.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And again, it's Mahomes. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Definitely a hiccup in the operation there, and that is going to come up short, no good.
And the lead will hold at 13.
That was an ugly-looking kick, and the snap, largely to blame. These special teams operations are relying on everyone being on the same page, so even the slightest hiccup can lead to some missed kicks, and that's exactly what we saw here.
Now Jackson. Jackson going to keep it. Connecting with Andrews.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Throwing, Jackson. He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. Here's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Jackson. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. On his loop for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Kansas City, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.